If there's audio, it should be.
So I guess I don't know if you can hear me. I'll probably just jump straight into it. But I'm not gonna talk too much. Like just coding. Like if you have any questions, like feel free to drop them. Just gonna do full wipe coding, like deploy different apps, come up with different ideas while we're working on some vision systems and such. So we're just gonna play around with some of those apps and deploy them and come with ideas. We can see how we can deploy apps and create apps as fast as possible, pretty much. How are you alive to buy them? Right now I'm in Europe. Right, I'm in Europe, so that's why. Just pull up like a calibrator app here that I've been playing around with. Even just having Cloud code running, we can build out some new apps in Lovable, all these places as well. But right now I'm working on just deploying some stuff, just learning how to deploy them on either like Hetzner. Um, there's also something called Hostinger. Probably swap to this one here instead. It's a bit cheaper, or it's a bit more expensive, but you can handle a lot of stuff on stuff here. Just makes it a slightly easier, and it's still very cheap compared to like other hosting services. And then something else I'm looking into is something called Coolify. So this is for like self-hosting, so you can just spin up a VPS, and then you can deploy all your apps and services to that VPS pretty much. You can even just spin up your own laptop or whatever computer you have, Raspberry Pi, Jetson Nano or something, and then you can just host it on there. So I'm playing around with Coolify, just hosting different apps. Check, I'll just pull up the chat here on my phone on the sideline. No, no, I'm in Lithuania right now. I'm just gonna learn a bunch of cool things like how to deploy stuff. Like right now, I'm just SSH into my VPS. So this is just like I have set up the SSH connection and everything, so you guys can do this with the SSH keys. But it's pretty easy. Like you can just go and create a new VPS. Like I can show you to create a new server. You can just go in and add server. The cost optimized one. I can choose which one here. You can see like it's $3.5 per month for this one. You get like 40 gigabytes SSD, 40 gigabytes of RAM, and two CPUs. So I had a few apps in the past where it's like several $100 the cost to host on like Azure, AWS, and all those big cloud platforms. Where here, like for a few bucks, you can easily host a platform that can handle like hundreds, if not thousands, of users, and you can even host multiple instances of on the same server, pretty much. And they have all different OS images and apps out of the box, so you can just directly start it up with Coolify here. Coolify is installed and everything, and you can just spin it up. They have services for um, dev services for all the Postgres, all the Docker stuff, and so on. So I have this calibrator app here running. I wanted to check one of my domains. I'll probably just double check here. And this one is hosted right now on Hetzner with Coolify. Oh, it's Vision Agent .io, and this is my camera calibration app, which I have running right now. So this is open source in here. I'm even just playing around with like make modifications. So this is one issue that we can, for example, raise. We can just go in and check how to update these things here. Um, so for example, one idea, once you have it hosted on in here, it will also deploy as well with Docker. So everything is just based on the Docker image that I have in here. So first of all, like I'm just going to go through some of this stuff for the first live stream, how I'm doing it, how I'm basically just wipe coding different apps, and we can come up with ideas, create new apps from scratch. But just if you're getting into it, like you can watch the videos and playback as well. Like it's gonna be like a series where we just spend 30 minutes 2 times a week, and then we just see how much can we actually get done. If you just stay consistent, spend focus 30 minutes just deploying apps. Like right now, I'm talking a lot, but I'll just show as well, like it's just like a 30-minute session with me where basically I'll should even start a timer. Let me just start like a 30-minute timer here. I don't even know how to start it here with I should just run. So this Docker file, all it does, this is a backend with the fast API, and then it's just the React with Vite front end. Just exposes the port here, and then Cool Device is gonna host this port pretty much. But one thing that we can do, like right now it's hooked up to every time you make a push into main, it's gonna deploy that app. So we can go and raise an issue. One thing that I'm also just doing for some of the apps here is just like, let's create a new issue. Let's just call it the update documentation. Then here I can tag Claude. So make the documentation. Usually I also just speak, like just speech to text, and then it does transcription, throws it in here, and you can even code it way faster. So all I'm going to do here is just show people how to do these things, like how much you can actually get done in no time. Very much. You can create a lot of cool apps and iterate fast and just have good ideas. And you don't really need too much experience. Just need to know the different tools. So let me try to make documentation more sleek, pretty much. Um, we can just tag Claude here. I'll just create an issue on this repo. Then Claude is basically just gonna go through it, do the implementation. So if you're running Claude code or whatever, it's gonna be the exact same flow pretty much. Let me know if there's no audio or anything, but let's see. Claude should raise should go in and grab this issue here after I tagged it. Let's see. And then it's just running Claude code. It will automatically make it, well, it can do a pull request, and now you can see Claude code is working. I'll analyze this and get back to you. Let's create a pull request into main. We push it, and then we can go in and see that it's act like running. Let's open up ChatGPT as well. The cool about dashboard here, it even has like a dashboard. I'm not sure what ChatGPT is doing, but it's bugging a lot on Safari. I should be able to access this one. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, let's see. Probably can't even remember my password I created yesterday. Oh, there we go. So now we're actually inside the dashboard for Coolify. So this is where you can control everything. You can create new projects and all. I've created this test. So we have different projects. You can create like Postgres. You're going to create a production environment, staging environment, and so on as well. So this is the AI app that I have running now, or the camera calibration app. So if we go down here somewhere, here we can see the domain. So that's just a custom domain connected to it now. I'll show you how we can create like all the custom domains, hit up to all the servers and everything when we have a new app idea. You can see the terminal. It will also deploy in here. So you can see the deployments. Once Claude code is done in here, we can see it has pretty much like a task list here. Check for Claude MD, understand the repo. So create comprehensive documentation covering what is camera calibration, what views camera calibration parameters, provide PR creation link, make documentation sleek and more professional. And then we can do follow-up questions. So I already know that I want to do a follow-up question. We can just probably just type it out here now. So also add the code for all functionality we have. So I'll just leave it here where you can tag it afterwards. And then for the same pull request, they can do the changes. We made the pull request, it deploys it into main, and then it's just gonna drop in to the server, auto deployed directly. So this is much easier than having like big hosting stuff on Azure and on those big guys. Of course, there's advantages, disadvantages. But if you just want to have something running fast, easy, cost free $4 or $5 every month, like you can have your own services running there. And you can easily have multiple apps running on the same servers, and then you just have like your DNS and all the configurations with your domains. Then you can have two web apps running on a $5 server. You can do backups to external services and all stuff as well. So we're going to do going through all these things here. There's all this new stuff that I'm learning. AI background, like AI agents, computer vision stuff, and all different stuff. Now I'm just getting more into how can we deploy web apps? How can we make it as easy as possible? Because it's going this direction here where you have Lovable, you can deploy it directly. It doesn't have all the backend functionality. They're starting to get into that now. But again, we just want that full flexibility. And it's definitely going in the direction where we just prompt the systems. It's just going more from ideas to, I'm gonna refresh this, then it's gonna delete this, but it's just going more from ideas to iterations, like having ideas and then not the implementation itself. At least for the iteration phase and just doing proof of concepts and all those things. If you go back here, and if you guys like have any ideas for web apps that we should try, like we're going to create some web apps with user permissions, how do we set up the database and all that stuff. But here you can see all the servers. So we have two successful deployments. The servers we can have different destinations. We can connect free S3 storages. So I have like an app backup here. I'm using Cloudflare. You can use the Cloudflare DNS as well, and then Cloudflare S3 buckets to do backups too. And then if your system goes down, like AWS, like it just goes down, you can just spin up a new server. You can have multiple servers as backups and all that stuff. So there's a lot of advantages with self-hosting as well, and also just self-host on your own computer. Then it's for free. You can have the share variables. You can set up all different stuff here. You can have terminal directly. We're trying to go into the sources too. So when you create a new project, you can have some of the things here is just something that I'm learning. Like let's just try here. Let's create a new project. Production. All these things here, like some of them is I'm just learning it on the fly. That's also the idea. So here you can create a new application based on Git. Both GitHub repository, public ones. We can have Docker-based deployments. We can deploy databases, so they have databases that regular out of the box. We're also going to deploy init workflows, so we can have init with Postgres. Here we also have different workers with init, so you can host your own init instead of paying like $25 or how much it costs on init. Then you can just have your own service running here. can have a front end sitting on top of it as well. And just get a URL, like just as you go to any website, you can just go to your own website. I can just have the exact same here. I can just have nitn.visionagent.io. See how far it is here with the documentation. And then usually they just like spin up, like do something on the sideline while Claude is doing something in the background. Have multiple tabs open if I just have an idea. So you can create multiple ideas at the same time. You just go in and review what changes did it make, was it correct, and all those things. So see, it's pretty much almost ready here. It's just updating documentation, committing, and pushing changes. And we could do one more iteration before we push it. It's just running Claude code in the background. They also just announced like Claude. Let me try to see if I have the app here. I should probably update it. Like Claude Desktop, I haven't even looked at that. Claude app, Claude code app. They just released like Claude code for a web and mobile. It's 1 day old, so I'm already lagging behind. But I have the code here. I'll just try to take a look at that. Connect. You can connect it to GitHub. Also, you have to do that first. But then you can essentially just work on your phone, like just use Claude Code on your phone if you have something. And you can go in and check, like you're just gonna check it on your deploy service because once it makes the pull request, you can just test if it's correct or not. Then you can just iterate, tell it like, oh no, this is wrong. Try to do something else. See, it's done now here. So it has created a PR. So let's go in and just grab this text. I've copied it. It had created this pull request. Oh, let's just create the PR and then we'll just make a comment on the PR. I delete the page. So let's just create a pull request. Not gonna merge it yet. We're just gonna tag Claude. So once you have it here, you can also just tag Claude on any pull request to review it. So you can see it's queued here, waiting to run this check. So Claude code review automatically every time you do a pull request, Claude code is gonna review it. But here I'm just gonna tag Claude again. Also add the code for the functionality we have in the documentation. So everything is covered. Possible and the best UX experience. See, we attacked him. He's making an emoji, reacted, looking at it, he's taking a look at it. We'll do the implementation. We just merge the pull request and then it'll also deploy it into our app. This should be a smaller change. There's just the setups to it. We can also like go into Lovable. I do a lot of stuff in Lovable as well. Just creating new apps. If you have any good ideas or anything, we can just spin up something with Lovable. I don't have particularly any good ideas now. Could maybe be some file explorer, maybe like web-based file explorer with your own custom files. I'm not sure. I'm not really playing around too much with files, but I've seen a lot of people like how to edit documents and all that. It's pretty straightforward, but not PDF documents. Like if you want to keep like the format and structure of your PDF files or like a document or something, we could maybe that could probably be a good app. Like we can just try to like do an idea. So I'll just speak to it here and just let's see what it comes up with. We can do some iterations. But I want to build like a PDF editor because there's a lot of people like being able to do a PDF editing where you actually keep the format. That's very hard to do. I want to build a web app for a document viewer where we can edit PDF documents and docs-based documents. So you can upload a docs-based document, you can edit it with an AI agent where you just ask it to make some edits, maybe make corrections to it. Basically anything you ask it about in the document, it can go in and change it. And then once we save it, it should actually like save it as a PDF document. We want to have a basic web app where we have the file system as well. We want to have the file system on the left side and a big PDF and document viewer on the right side. It should be modern and sleek design. Make sure to both support light mode and dark mode out of the box. It should be very minimalistic and simple. Just focus on the best user experience, make it sleek to start with and very simple. Then we can add back-end functionality later on. So just only focus on design for now. Should be the best user experience in the whole world. So this could, for example, like be a pretty good prompt. Like imagine if I had to type out all this here. Right now I'm just speaking to it. Let's see if the audio is still on. It should be. It's still on. But yeah, you can just see how detailed prompt you can do fast. You hit go. You're now we act like have an idea. We're building it. You can even go up here with Lovable, just publish it directly. You can grab the code as well, do multiple iterations with Claude Code, throw it into your GitHub repo. Then you can start do what I'm doing here with Claude Code now. So it checks some. It has some tests here. Let's see if it actually integrated this one. Pull request documentation enhancements. Adding comprehensive code examples to a documentation is still doing that. So add automated workflow combining all features, live calibration mode, API integration. So right now it's going off a bit. So we have live calibration, add a comprehensive workflow with metrics calibration, recommendation system, API integration, add a complete automated workflow combining upload, health check. It's going a bit off now. But let's just try to push it and see how it works. See, it's just still in here, deep slate blue. Think it all with it pretty much just always defaults to that. We can always change it later on, but now it's basically just gonna spin it up, and this is just gonna be a React front end with the Vite. Um, pretty good stack. There's all different tools like V0, Lovable, a bunch of ones out there. Also have some deployments on Railway. They're also very easy and very good pricing if you just want to deploy based on usage. So I actually like started with this app where we have the camera calibration app. And then I had it hosted in here as well. Here you can like drag and drop different services. You can deploy it. It's very similar as well. Right now you can see I had it for maybe 10 days now. Spent 80 cents. So it's pretty much nothing as well. But if you get like very large scale, like if your app goes viral or something, like it could end up costing you a lot if you don't have like if you don't have a limit on. But this is also very cool. Like and you can just set up a GitHub repository. It will go through all the code and everything, make sure, check what are the ports you're using, what is your backend, what is your front end, are you using Streamlit or whatever you're using, and then it will just come up with like a Docker file how to deploy it, and they will deploy it automatically if the code structure is actually like set up in the correct way. But if you're using the AI tools and all that, like they can set up, like they're very good at just setting up structure because it's just repetitive work. And if you have a good structure, like it just knows what good structure is pretty much. So let's see if it's done here. Now, right now we're creating two projects on the sideline. Like here, we can see it's finished. It has updated the pull request. There we go, pull request documentation. Still running some checks here. It's just updated to make sure, but it should be good to go. We can merge the pull request. We'll merge it into main. It now merged the main. We go back to our Coolify. Where's the Coolify? There we go. We have our different projects. I think it's under test production. There we go. And we have the deployments, and it automatically just goes in here, like we see already like 20 seconds ago. So instant when we push to domain, it will be deployed in here. We're gonna see the logs. So it will building Docker image started. So just looked at the Docker file that we have. It's building the image, and then it's just gonna deploy that and hook up all the ports. And you can configure the custom domains in here. It's very easy. Let's see. So we have the documents. Let's make it a bit different. We need to use a dedicated file and PDF document viewer component. And also it should be more split towards the middle. So it should be divided in the middle, where on the left side we have our folder structure, and on the right side we have our component for editing our files and just viewing them. It should be draggable. So if you take it in the middle with our file explorer and our document viewer, it should be expandable, where we can basically just choose the size of it with like a track bar. Also, the AI agent should not be down in the bottom right corner. It should be seamless integrated into our platform. So you can see how fast it is. Like a bare diesel prompt, do an iteration. We go back here. We should have it deployed now. And this is the flow that it's finished. Deployment is finished. It should be running. Go back to our app, refresh it. Still getting deployed, detail not found. Maybe there's an error. Deployment successfully deployed, finished 25 seconds ago. There's probably still just pushing the image. Oh, maybe the documentation has changed. Oh yeah, it's probably just the URL that has changed. And I can't really see any differences. Live calibration still no differences, no differences. Where's the documentation added? I don't know, I don't feel like this one here is as good as if you're using Cloud Code directly locally. It looks like here camera calibration markdown files. It looks like it creates some markdown files instead. This PR documentation only with no code changes. Should have done the code changes, but we can just ask it. Probably shouldn't have called it documentation either. But yeah, it's running there. Now we have the AI assistant on the right. Let's see if these are actually movable, so it understood that. This one is not working. So the file explorer shouldn't be part of the sidebar. It should just be like half the main canvas or main page. Also, the AI assistant should not be a separate component. We just want to have the divided into two parts, and then the AI assistant should be, when we open up the document editor, it should pop up at the top or somewhere to seamlessly integrate it into our document viewer. See if we need to make any changes here. Also make sure that it is act like a document editor component that we're using. So when we take a docs file or PDF file, we can actually edit it and play around with it. We can make changes to the text. So just treat it, if we have a PDF file, we need to convert it into docs first, or just upload a docs file and then we can convert it into PDF when we download it. Just make sure that we have the text editable. We can change the fonts, we can change the sizes, bold, text sizes, text fonts, all these things here should be able to change. Also, if you want to add tables or anything else, a full code, or not code editor, but a full text document editor. See if it understands something here. So UI integration analysis. So stereo camera calibration fisheye. So this is the new code documentation it added in the Markdown documentation files. See the last one here? I'm gonna shut it off. Let's just try to keep it at 30 minutes, 30 minutes twice a week. See how much we can actually get done if we just stay consistent. How many apps we can create. I'm only gonna just spend time, like we're just gonna start from where we left off the next time, and then it's gonna be like a full series. Then we can see how far we get with the different with the different types of stuff that we're doing. Let's try to fix it now. Every time I get a good idea, I'll just try to spin it up and see. Save for these sessions. Okay, so we got all these different editors now, and we can edit the actual text. Something weird is going on with the AI assistant. Something weird is going on with our AI assistant and the document file explorer that we have. But the file structure is also just in the sidebar, not fully integrated into the full page. When we do the expansion and our track bar, when we slide it with our slider, it should also be handled way better, where it basically just squeezes the different pages together and it doesn't overlap or remove the pages. Make it more sleek and seamless. You can see how messed it is now. If we can act like it, just get it to do the correct behavior, like if we can get it to follow it, so we can expand it, this AI system should just get rid of that. Like it should just be seamlessly integrated into it here. Like if we do something cool, like AI assistant, it should not pop up here. It should just be, I don't know, it should just be integrated in part of the right side, for example. But this one is pretty cool, and we can upload like so this is PDF. It's not changing these documents, so it should actually like just load the documents when we click on them. Let's see if we save as PDF. download XPDS. This will convert the document to PDF. So have to do that once, or act like have a framework to do that. You can create a table. It's probably not going to be the best one. But imagine if you can also like create like a translator, like a document translator. So you upload a docs file, you translate it, you export it to PDF, or even just PDF translator. That could probably be a pretty cool use case. Just add an AI agent to translate the document that you're. See if it's done in here now. I'm still integrating this part here. So once this one here is done, see how the changes are, and you can shut it off there from there. Okay, so now we're starting to get some behavior that we want. Let's try to take a document. This is looking much better now. Already you can see after like one iteration, you can make this a bit smaller. This looks very good. So we can see that the document itself is like within a bubble, but we can just create two bubbles inside this main canvas here, where we have a very thin AI agent chat on the right side. If we click on the AI assistant button, but it should be expanded and be there as default. But if you click on the AI assistant button, it should collapse it or remove it, but it should be seamless integrated side by side. It should not be a full slider coming in from the right side. It should be part of the document editor that we have as another bubble on the right side. So we pretty much just have two bubbles side by side, where one is the document and the other one is the AI chat, where we can communicate with what are we going to change, or what change do we want to make to our document. See, it's starting to get better and better. Probably like it more in light mode. Right now it looks pretty sleek with this purple color in light mode. And you can even just publish it, like you can publish your project right now, not have anything connected to it, but you can just hit publish. We're going to get a website address here. There we go. Let's check out there. There we go. Now we have our app deployed. It's reliable. We can deploy it ourselves, do all different kind of stuff, but essentially now it's there. All the document don't have any functionality for that. So it adds all these buttons and all stuff. So that's probably because I asked it to not make any functionality, because it actually like has some backend functionality and AI functionality now. Let's see, it's done in here. Um, this is just into this pull request. We probably have to create a new pull request. I have to. The only thing that it just calls this issue like a very weird name. It should probably just do reasoning and create the pull request name based on what it actually implements. It'll be easier to merge yourself. It's like issue 14. We can probably just go in and do a pull request ourselves. Let's see. Pull request, pull request, issue 14 or something. It's not even in here. Oh, there's nothing to compare. Oh no, create a new branch here. So we have to view it here, PR15. So create a new PR15. It's not issue 14 anymore. PR15. Now we can create a pull request. We create a pull request, we'll just merge it, and then it will auto deploy it, and that's gonna be it's gonna be it for this time. Merge pull request, commit merge. And we can keep going on our PDF document viewer next time. So let's see, this is the deployed one. I'll redesign the layout. Perfect, it should be done now. AI assistant, yeah, it's just gonna pop up like this. Let's see, I actually want the AI assistant. The AI assistant should also be dynamic and it should be smaller than the document itself. The document is still the main part that we want to look at. The document should probably always be 3 times larger than the AI assistant, but the AI assistant bubble itself should also be dynamic, just as the document. This is starting to look pretty cool. Like this is 30 minutes while we're doing stuff with the servers, spinning up servers and all that. All that we can connect this to a GitHub repo. We can connect to Cloud Code. You can even just have your cursor editor running as well. If you want to get into much more complex, you want to start integrating some backend functionality and all that, then I'll pull it into Cursor. Because then Cursor with Cloud Code, it can test the endpoints, it can do the integration, test the endpoints that it's running, making sure we're getting the correct data and everything. So see, I think I merged this one. It's back to a Coolify. Where's that? It's hosted here. We have the deployments. Now it failed 1 minute ago. Okay, so it's probably just it didn't update the package file. It didn't update the package file because it added these new packages for React Markdown and all that stuff. So we need to make sure to update new packages in the file so it doesn't fail when building it. Okay, let's keep this as a teaser for next time. It's probably going to take Claude a bit more. You can go and check the repo out as well, and this is automatically gonna be merged in there too. Let's see, it's here. And then we have our very nice front end for our document viewer. So now we can see it's 3 times smaller or 3 times bigger. So this is actually like pretty okay size. Um, we have a bit too much margin on the right side. We can get the document and the AI assistant a bit closer to the right side. Or maybe not. This probably looks pretty good because we should just make this smaller. Like that. Like this looks like a pretty good page. And we have light mode and dark mode. Then we just need to hook up some functionality. We have the full document. Um, Is it possible to make it fully dynamic so we can move the components around if I drag them on the boundaries and borders? So I can take the AI system, put it at the top. It's gonna basically just be a vertical or like horizontal bar at the top, or we can drag it to the left and it's gonna be on the left side. So it should just be like a fully dynamic components that we can move around and customize as we want ourselves, also based on the document that we are doing. If this is not possible, don't implement it and change anything. Let's just try to see if it's actually even possible. This could be cool, like if you can drag this around and you can put it at the top and you can put it on the left side depending on what document you have. Or you just have like a very small AI assistant bar at the top and then you have your full document under. This is definitely possible. Cool, yeah, let's see. Let's see. And we have this one. It's working on that. I think it already had it in PR. Probably just let it finish here, but I really want to keep it at like 30 minutes, so probably just gonna start the stream here and try to keep it 30 minutes every time. 2 times a week. Stay consistent. Let's see how many apps we can build out and go a bit deeper, like user permissions, user settings, all these things here we can build into it. Like we're going to take a look at the backend, like databases, how all these things can be connected to. So, see you guys next time. All this here will be available. Like you can just go in playback mode, 30-minute playback mode. We're gonna have this session like series of videos, and you can learn how to build apps, computer vision, AI apps, deploy them very easy. Like a lot of people don't know these things here and all the AI tools, and you can iterate. Like there's no excuses. If I can build apps in 30 minutes, 2 times a week, like there's no excuses, no matter how little time you have. So see you guys in the next videos.